Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money. Show me the money.
All right, so we're back with another episode of Out of State. I don't know how I still have excitement in my voice. Last week was miserably just terrible for me in every way. I sucked last week. The Panthers still sucked more than I did.
You suck.
And somehow I think the Panthers sucked more than your average porn star does on a weekly basis. So Sam Darnold is going to just give me more gray hairs every week. I was open to the idea of trading for Deshaun Watson. That's how bad it is right now in Carolina. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what winning is like, how it feels. I forgot the feeling. Mike's wearing a Giants jersey today to taunt me, just to show me that a 1-5 team, which can't even sniff the playoffs if they had the fucking season of their lives going forward, beat us by fucking 20 points. So Mike,
let's go Giants.
How did it feel to watch a team as bad as the New York Giants win a game by 20? You probably didn't think that was possible this season. Neither did I. But I was able to see that this week. So
against Sam Darnold, maybe. But hey, let me tell you something. A lot of people will agree with this kind of sentiment, but I don't like to see my friends lose. I wanted us both to win. But I will enjoy the sweet taste of victory. Absolutely. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It felt really good. Danny looked good. Sam looked bad. And yeah, I mean, we won't beat into it. We won't beat a dead horse with this, but it was a great win. We needed that after.
Is the dead horse Brady Christensen? Because I swear he basically was a horse. Did he block somebody the entire game? I think so. I blocked more people than Brady Christensen because I got one of those spam messages on IG and I blocked that person on Sunday. I actually blocked more people than Brady Christensen, which I didn't think was possible when that guy was starting at left tackle for my team. But I'm totally over it. It's fine. It's fine.
It happens.
We suck. It's great. It's great.
My question for you is, are you going to be taking the Panthers at all any week for the rest of the season?
It'll take a lot for them to work their way back into my heart. Like, it's not as bad as somebody cheating on you. Like, if you're in a relationship, for me, if somebody cheats on me, like, that's probably, it's kind of over at that point. Yeah. I'm showing you the door, right? The Panthers aren't at that level where they can't redeem themselves, but they're really in a bad place. Like, that's like you've already been considering breaking up with that person for like a month now. And they're really going to have to bring up their A game. Everything, the whole package has to improve. So the Panthers have to like win 3 out of 4. And Sam Darnold has to look competent again. I should have known he was playing in fucking New York. He saw ghosts in New York. Why did I think the ghosts disappeared? They're still there. Casper, not the friendliest ghost apparently, made his life miserable. And
the Casper who tripped Danny Dimes last season?
Yeah, apparently Danny Dimes linked up and was like, bro, you can't embarrass me like that on live TV again. Can you get on my side and haunt Sam Darnold? And apparently Daniel Jones planted the seed 4 weeks ago because Sam Darnold has been bad for 4 weeks now, minus a few drives here and there. But let's stop talking about the Panthers. It was disgraceful. It was disgusting. I went 0-3 last week. It just wasn't for me. Even the Colts, who ended up winning the game outright, I had to couple that with the Chiefs over. The Chiefs-Titans game might have been the most upsetting game I saw all year that wasn't Carolina. The Chiefs scored 3 points. 3 points. They hadn't done that since the Super Bowl, had no touchdown. No other time in Pat Mahomes' NFL career had he been held touchdownless besides in the Super Bowl. And now we're up to our second game that he loses by more than 1 score, which he lost by 3 scores, and they couldn't score in the second half. And it's perplexing. It's confusing. I was messing around and did a little power rankings myself, and I already had dropped the Chiefs all the way down to 14. I think it's tough. I think the way they're playing right now, how could you have confidence in a team that looks like it can't block? Yeah. Their receivers aren't getting open. Tyreek Hill had no catches, no touches in the first half last week. And they're not even trying to run the ball. Where's the fun stuff? Where's the gimmick stuff? So
and when they are, it's Pat Mahomes running and fumbling.
Yeah, man. And it's like he's running for his life, and he's not even. And now all the stuff that kind of got him in trouble at Texas Tech, playing very loose, playing kind of turnover-prone football, he made big plays to make up for that. there's no big plays in that offense anymore. So I think the way it looks right now, if you take away the Chiefs' big plays, it's just going to eliminate kind of what they do well. And I think we've seen that. And kudos to Tennessee. They're a different team when Julio Jones and A.J. Brown are on the field. Derrick Henry was held under 100 yards. But once again, the Chiefs' defense is horrible. It's terrible. Thank God they finally benched Sorensen. But it looks like there's a few more guys they have to bench out there because they're not showing up for games. And the once Super Bowl favorite with the MVP favorite look like they might miss the playoffs. And I have them to win the division with Buffalo. That hurts a little bit. I'm at the point, I had the conversation this week whether I should get 50% of my money back, which is what it's at right now. And I voted no. I decided to keep it, see how it goes for an extra couple of weeks. What did you think? What would you have done in my shoes?
It's interesting because I'm sort of in your shoes, not in your shoes, because I have the Chiefs, the Packers, and the Bills to win their division. And I'm being offered my full cash out, but I didn't put as big of a wager as you did. So it's really interesting to me. I'm going to let it ride because it's $75. So it's whatever. We'll see what happens from there. But I'm really surprised by that. And yeah, it's kind of scary. And I was just going to tell you that, they're like Panthers fans might be giving up all hope. And maybe Chiefs fans might be too. It's a little too early, but they have their biggest test this Sunday, the Giants. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
What?
Their biggest
test? Yeah. I don't even know. I feel like that was a joke, but it's not even funny. Like the Giants are like the 27th worst team in the NFL. We might be the 28th.
But let me tell you something.
Hit me. Hit me. I want to hear this.
It's not one of my picks, but the way Patty Mahomes has been looking this season, I don't know. Just sprinkle a little something on the money line for the Giants.
I miss this. I love the pinky up. I miss this a lot. Because when I lived in New Jersey, New York area, I miss the delusional New York fan. Oh, God. I'll never forget Boz telling me Tony Douglas was a top 15 point in the NBA. Whoever remembers who Tony Douglas was. And if you don't, exactly. He never lived up to being a top 15 point guard out of Florida State. And Giants fans, it's great because I'd be doing the same thing if I beat my rival, and the Giants are my rival just because I'm from there. They're not obviously not the Panthers' rival, but if I would have beaten the Giants, I would have been talking shit too. But I was devastated. I had nothing to say. I was defeated. We scored 3 points. The Giants scored 25. They don't even have all their players, and they're not good. Like you watch the game, they weren't good. They weren't impressive. We were just so bad. It was disgusting. We missed McCaffrey. Let's just stop doing this. I'm going to get depressed for the rest of the podcast. This is terrible.
Yeah, I mentioned to Roger earlier this week that circling back to only 3 points scored by the Panthers, and we mentioned earlier that the Chiefs were also only scored 3 points. The Chiefs have now been added to my list of 3 teams that I will not be betting on for the rest of the season. That include the Jaguars. That include the Texans. Except, on spread and all. No, I'm sorry. The Jaguars, the Jets, and now the Chiefs.
Wow.
Because I'll be taking
the Chiefs would never thought they'd be in that club. That's rough.
No,
that is a club you don't want to get into. That's a club you don't even want to get into. It started club. They're out there handing out flyers. And when they're handing out those little cards and everyone's walking by them, like, dude, get out of my fucking face. I don't want to go to your 2 fucking $5 drinks. There's a reason they're $5 drinks. That place sucks. Okay. And the Chiefs are there. Pat Mahomes is getting out of the limo. Like, am I in the wrong place? Where the fuck is this? This is the losers club. I don't come here.
While Jackson is next to him filming a fucking TikTok, it's fucking terrible, dude.
Dude, that might be my least favorite sibling all time in sports. All time. I never had an all-time sibling hatred ranking, but Jackson Mahomes is 1, 2, and 3. His dancing is so bad. It's so bad. Like, what is he doing?
And it's the same songs.
It looks like he has it like maybe like a rodent or a roach is on him, and he's so high that he's moving in slow motion, and he's also like white, so he's off beat. But it's like all of that combined. I don't even know what it is when I watch it.
Yeah,
I'm perplexed, confused. But fuck all of this. I am now 11-10 on the season. I cannot go under 500. I am 1-5 in my last 2 weeks. So if you want to fade Raj, you can fade Raj. But I usually come back with a vengeance, like V for Vendetta. guess Vendetta and Vengeance kind of sound alike. And that's a great movie. And they're wearing costume. They have the costumes and stuff. But I'm going to go.
V for Vertiga, because you're going to fucking lay it down on these.
Okay. I didn't know where that was going because it was coming from you. I did not.
I know.
I did not know where that was going. And I'm glad it didn't come towards me.
So, no, I turned it around. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't turn me around. All right. So for my first pick, show me the spread is really taking a turn for the worse here. I am going to go with a quarterback that I have made fun of multiple times this year, but I just love the value. They're coming off a bye week. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5 at Cleveland. I know that I haven't been the biggest Steelers proponent this year, but the Browns got Case Keenum playing quarterback. They were incredibly unimpressive against Denver. The only difference is Denver was less impressive, so they weren't able to win that game. My boy Johnson did have an impressive running game. D'Ernest, what a name. LeBron shouted him out. That interview was awesome after the game. Like he was like, you could tell. Like imagine like he's just a regular. You could tell because he's not somebody who came from like a big program who's like a superstar. So then you have like your favorite player growing up shouting you out on Twitter like it's fucking LeBron James at the end of the day. Like that was awesome.
I thought the shock was really cool because they're like, oh yeah, LeBron shouted you out, and he's like, LeBron James
like 5 times.
Yeah.
Wait, LeBron James?
No, LeBron Stevenson from Ohio. Like who else is there?
The lead character in Space Jam 2? Is that who we're talking about here? How great was that? The Squid Games guy being
Squid Game guy.
Yeah, great job with Space Jam 2. Really good storyline. Great job ruining Michael Jordan's movie.
That was so good. He was in his feelings big time. It wasn't even an official statement that LeBron made. He just said to AD.
And it's not really shitting on the ending. He's just saying, like, morally, why aren't you going to your child?
That's what I said.
The ending sucked.
Yeah.
It was more like, why wouldn't she go to her child? And it's like, because clearly this guy's fucked up and deranged, and that altered his life forever. Like, he can never look at life the same. I hope he at least sent his daughter some money. You know, he got like billions. I hope he gave her something, even $1 million. She'd be fine.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know how we ended up there, but Squid Game is really good. You said you have finished it already?
I finished it. Thank God I did. I finished it maybe an hour before all those videos were popping up about what LeBron James said. And thank God, because I had just literally just finished it. So I'm going on Instagram. I'm like, dude, I agree with you. And then I thought about it. I was like, dude, if I wouldn't have finished this episode tonight, like I wouldn't know what LeBron James is talking about. And I would go see his daughter. You mean he survived? What the fuck? And I would have been so thrown off.
You would have just been like on, it would have been a complete spoiler. I didn't even think of it that way, but totally right. But let's get back. Steelers plus 3.5 at Cleveland. Case Keenum at quarterback. Steelers are 9th in defensive DVOA. Yes, the Browns have the best rushing attack in football, and they were still pretty good last week. But Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, if I'm not mistaken, are out again this week. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed, but it just feels like the type of game that Pittsburgh comes into town against a Case Keenum-led team. TJ Watt gets 2 sacks, and the Steelers probably upset Cleveland on the road. I know Cleveland had the mini bye because they played on Thursday night, but I like the points, so give me Pittsburgh over Cleveland.
What'd you think of Keenum and company the other night when they were just the Cleveland Bros?
The Cleveland Bros were better than the Denver Bros because the Broncos don't deserve a whole name either for their team. They are missing KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy, and Bradley Chubb, maybe their best or second best defensive player behind Vaughn and I guess Simmons. But I don't know, man. I wasn't impressed by the Browns. I think they don't have all their guys. Case Keenum is a good replacement quarterback, but replacement quarterbacks are usually only good for a couple of games. He wins, and I think he struggles this week. Pittsburgh has a really good defense that I think will make it uncomfortable for him. Denver, they only scored 13 fucking points. So you're just asking Pittsburgh to get to 20, 24. I think that's possible. Yes, they're going to miss having a Juju out, but I believe James Washington is back this week. Najee Harris is getting better every week, although the Rookie of the Year bet is completely dead because Jamar Chase is apparently the next coming of fucking Randy Moss mixed in with Terrell Owens. So Bengals have been very impressive, but yeah, I got the Steelers. What do you think about this one?
I like it. I like it a lot. I do like it.
I didn't give my stat. The Steelers are 6-1 their last 7 games as an underdog between 3.5 points and 10 points.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So 3 to 10 points. They're at 3.5, 6-1. That's like a random stat, but that means they usually keep games close. This looks really weird. I need to put my hands down. 6-1. So I like that. I like that stat. Makes me feel a little bit better about my pick. And we have Minka Fitzpatrick in that secondary. We haven't heard as much about him this year, but maybe this means that he has a big night.
I hope so. I like it. I'm gonna tell that with you. I wasn't touching that game, but I like what direction you're going in right now, and I love the plus 3.5. You know me,
get the hook, baby.
Comfortable cushion spot. Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to buy the hook. It was there for you.
Yeah, so I'm saying you're getting the hook for free, like your captain hook. So who do you got for your first pick?
For my first pick, I'm jumping into a big one. I'm taking Bills minus 13.5 while it's still there. I know. I'm jumping on another big spread. I know I didn't learn my lesson from last Sunday, but guess what? I don't see Miami coming up with a bunch of disgusting fucking trick plays that knock my pick out as soon as the game starts, like the Lions did last week. So fuck them, fuck the Lions, fuck Jared Goff. We're gonna put them to the side.
All right, Marshawn Lynch. How many fucks are we gonna get on this telecast? Okay,
I'm sorry.
This is a family show.
It's a family podcast. You're right. Show me.
Fucking with you.
Yeah. All right, get me the spread. The Bills are coming off of a bye week, and they had a really heartbreaking and confusing loss to the Titans. I lost some money on that. But I think they're going to come off with the rest that they need to hit the Dolphins hard again. They crushed Miami hard last month, and they literally crushed Tua's ribs that game. So now they're asking Miami to come to Buffalo, where it's going to be cold, and I think it's going to rain. That's what the forecast says, and the Dolphins aren't used to that. It's too soon to be escaping the Miami heat. Now, Miami's second in points allowed this season. They're giving up 29.5 points per game, and that's calling my attention because three times –
they're supposed to have a good defense. Crazy.
They're supposed to have it, but it hasn't been good. And three times this season, I stayed away from a heavy Bill spread because I got scared. I was a pussy. All three times they covered and they crushed the spread. So I'm not going to stop myself this week from it. There's nothing convincing me that Miami's defense is going to hold up well against the Bills offense, which is on fire. And there's nothing telling me that the Bills defense can't stop Miami from scoring, which, by the way, Bills defense is allowing the least amount of points this season. So give me well-rested Bills offense ready to crush the rest of this season at minus 13.5 against the Fins.
Yeah, I like it. I don't love taking spreads that are that big. That's just me.
I know. But, I never did either.
I in my pick'em pool, I think I'm gonna go Buffalo. Miami looks lost. Tua doesn't even know if they want him. They might trade for Deshaun Watson. They are in disarray. They've looked bad. They keep losing close games. So you don't know if they can backdoor cover with a little Tua magic. But I could also see Buffalo winning this game by 35. So I like where your head's at.
Did you say that because they won their last game against the Dolphins by 35?
No, I just went rogue and just picked a random number.
Yeah, 35-0, and it was a 10-point spread. So I'm jumping back.
They should do it again. I think Buffalo should be. And the big dogs have been really bad this year. I forgot the number, but I think they're 3-8 or 4-7 against the spread. All teams that are over 10-point underdogs. So that's in your favor. Basically, the 10-point or more favorites, I think, are 7-4 or 8-3 this year, and they're 11-0 straight up. So
the cock-ass Texans have a lot of blame for that. So yeah,
because they've ended up figuring some of those games out and kept it close. The Lions too. The Lions have covered 3 of those. The Lions covered against Baltimore. The Lions covered this past weekend in your game against the Rams. And what was the other random ass game? The Lions. Oh, the Packers game.
The Packers game.
Packers game. The Rams were. I mean, the Lions were. Oh no, but the Lions didn't cover that game. They won the first half, but ended up losing by 11. But they covered. Whatever. Too much Lions. Whatever. The bad teams. Let's stop talking about bad teams. For the second pick, I have the 49ers money line against the Bears. They're on the road, so I know they got Jimmy G. Second game back with the team. He did not look the best in the monsoon against Indy. Jonathan Taylor did a great job running the ball, but I like the Niners, and I am going to parlay that with the team that you're no longer betting on, the team that you have annexed, that you've decided that you will not trust. I am taking Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs money line, a Super Bowl 2020 parlay, Niners and Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes. I don't see a scenario where the wheels fall off on Kansas City against the mediocre to the mediocre Giants. I'm going to be nice because they just kicked our ass. But they are 2-5. They are not very good in really any point of their team. I wouldn't say they have any above average group anywhere. Saquon Barkley hasn't played. Maybe when he plays, they're okay. But they have below average receivers, below average offensive line. I guess mildly, maybe an above average defensive line. Maybe, I guess. James Bradbury is a solid cornerback, former Panther. And Daniel Jones hasn't been awful. So that's good. I didn't call him Danny Dumps. But I still think the Chiefs are significantly better. I think this is an easy game for the Chiefs to kind of get their offense rolling again. That's not to say they're a playoff team. They figured everything out. But you take advantage of 2-5 teams. And Patrick Mahomes is still, in my opinion, the best quarterback walking this earth. So you give me the Niners at Chicago and the Chiefs money line versus the Giants. I don't trust the Bears. I think the Niners, coming off a loss last week, I think they'll come out scrappy. I think they're going to be able to move the ball against Chicago. And Justin Fields just hasn't shown me enough. I don't think he's playing behind a great offense. He's not leading a great offense. Yes, they have Allen Robinson, Darryl Mooney. They're trying to make some things happen. I just don't see it. So give me Niners and Chiefs for my second game. Parlay -120, if I'm not mistaken, -118, something like that. Under -120, so you're getting good odds.
Okay. All right. I like it. My second pick is going to be a parlay as well of Chargers -2.5 and Bucks money line together coming out to +137. I'm buying 1.5 for the Chargers at this point while the line is going up. The line is going up and up, and I'm throwing the Bucks money line in there to just add some value. If you want to throw another favorite in there,
you could have gone Bucks Chargers and gotten even money. Both money.
It wouldn't have been even money. It was like -140, and I didn't want to give the viewers that.
All right, keep going. I want to see if I feel like you're not right.
Give it a look. But
totally wrong. No, +116 Chargers Bucks money line.
Yeah, all in all, I'm just choosing. I'm going with the Chargers here. As much as I would have loved to have gone with the money line, and it has gone down and down, but all in all, I could see Mac Jones keeping this a little scrappy, but I do like the Chargers coming off of a bye week, a really frustrating and disgusting loss, and coming in and winning by at least a field goal. They're going to be home. The Pats are coming off of not a crazy game, but a game where they went all out, beating the Jets. Now they got to travel all the way to the West, go to LA. So give me the Chargers at -2.5, winning by a field goal. I do like them to just win this outright. I could see them beating the Pats by more than a touchdown, but either way, I'm going to keep it safe, -2.5. Throw in the Bucks money line in there only because that line is going up too. It started off at -270, -260. I saw it at -250 this morning, and now it's at -210. So I'm loving the value that they're giving there. I'm not really entirely sure what it is, if it's an overreaction to who's missing from Tampa, but they're going to New Orleans. I don't think Jameis Winston is good. I know that I just lost a lot of money on the Saints beating the Seahawks the other day, but going against
we lost like potential earnings. You didn't really lose.
Yeah, potential earnings. I didn't lose money. You're right. Potential earnings.
We had a nice little underdog parlay that got fucked because the Seattle kicker is as good as I am. So I could have done a better job. My dad was a kicker in high school. I think I could have done better than that fuck. Shanking left and right. Get it together. You don't have
not just the underdog.
You gotta do the little things, special teams.
I know. And yeah, what's his name? Geno Smith. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I'm not talking about the Seahawks for a very long time, but Geno Smith really fucked us with that last field goal attempt. Just getting sacked as far back as he did. Yeah, it was bad. It was terrible.
He never had pocket awareness. Peyton Manning always talked about it. He always rolls right. That's something he's done since his West Virginia days.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's a lifelong backup, which is why I brought it up the first week. They should have signed Cameron fucking Newton. You're telling me Cam Newton doesn't beat the Saints in that game? You're telling me Cam Newton can't generate 13 points?
Even in that weather, he would have been able to do it.
DK Metcalf scored that touchdown on his own. Like, it wasn't like Geno did anything on that play.
And for the audience to get a better understanding of what it was that we lost in terms of potential, not money that we placed, but we had a beautiful parlay for DK Metcalf first touchdown and the win, which would have returned us a really, really nice
25 to 1 odds. 25 to 1 odds.
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
And we had Bengals Seahawks parlay, and we nailed the Bengals. on the only thing I nailed on Sunday, and that was 10-1. So both of those combined would have been at least a nice little stack that your boy could have used after the Sunday bloodbath that I was involved in. But
I drank a lot in the living room Monday night watching that game, and then after the game, just drinking and walking around in silence in the living room.
Where did I go wrong in life? You know, where did I let the world down?
But back to my
hit me.
Back to my picks. As I mentioned, Chargers -2.5. I love them to cover their original spread of -4. I love them to beat the shit out of the Patriots. I could see them winning by more than a touchdown, but give me -2.5. Throw the Bucks money line in there. I think Tampa Bay will destroy the Saints. Put them together +137. Great value for two teams to win outright.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of juice. So I guess this is perfect for me to go to my side. I actually have the Patriots +7.5.
Oh God!
Parlayed with the Bengals money line. Bengals money line. I don't think I have to say much about. I didn't know the quarterback of the Jets, Mike White. I had heard that name. I didn't even know where he went to school. I'm an avid college football fan, even though it's gone down over the years. So the Jets are basically starting a guy who will be out of the NFL in 3 years on Sunday. The Bengals just blew out the Ravens. Joe Burrow looking like boy wonder, looking like a top 10 quarterback in the league already. And we already went over Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon in that explosive offense. They have a top 10 defense in DVOA. The Patriots game, Bill Belichick, for some reason, granted, it's a new coach. It's Brandon Staley's first year. He's always dominated the Chargers. He is 6-0 against the spread the last 6 times he has played the Chargers. This might be the first time he plays them in LA. I have been very impressed with Mac Jones so far this year. He's made a lot of plays. He's not turning the ball over. The Patriots receivers have started to improve. Damian Harris is obviously starting to come on. And I haven't been as impressed with LA as I thought I was going to be early in the year after they beat KC. I was very disappointed with how they looked against Baltimore. They're really struggling to move the ball on first down. Justin Herbert looked a little uncomfortable. And I just think Bill Belichick will make this game uncomfortable enough for the Chargers for them to cover the 7.5. I'm not saying they're going to win this week. I do understand the Chargers are coming off a bye, which now makes it 3 total teams that me and you have taken coming off of buys this week. But I just think that's a bigger line than it should be. As you saw today, it literally jumped from 6.5 to 4.5 instantly. So you're still getting really good value at 7.5. It's like -170, which is really good, which is why I'm just throwing in the Bengals just so you could get that down to your standard -110. I just can't see the Bengals losing to the Jets. So we're kind of against each other here. If it falls anywhere between 3 and 7, I guess we both hit. I would say on your side, you're still getting +116 if you go Chargers and Bucks, both money line. So you're still getting plus juice. So that's probably the way I would go.
Is it really?
Just looked it up.
What? Wow.
Yeah, +116. So you're basically getting $20 less in profit if you're betting 100. But I just think that's great value. So that's where I'm going here. Give me Pats +7.5 and Bengals money line for my third pick. I obviously know how you feel about that. And because I know what your third pick is, let's transition to the pick of the week. And I will let you kick it off.
Before I go in there, just want to let you know that, yeah, when I was creating this earlier, it was the odds that I gave before, but you're absolutely right. I don't know what's changed in the last 2.5 hours, but yeah, Chargers, Bucks money line +121 on DraftKings. So I'm changing my pick to that Bucks Chargers money line.
Yeah, why? If they fucking win by 2, you're gonna hate yourself.
Oh yeah, of course.
No.
So that's where I'm at.
We got
game of the week.
They're back. They're back with a vengeance. What's the spread right now? I think it's like 1, right? No, 2.5. So we got Cowboys +2.5 at Minnesota, at least on FanDuel. I don't know if there's better odds on DraftKings or Caesars. So who do you got for the game of the week that is going to be your third pick?
Son of a bitch, this is incredible. I wrote all this stuff down this morning. I'm not joking. Cowboys were -1.5 this morning.
Yeah, lines move.
Okay. So this is great. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Cowboys +2.5.
Oh, I know why though. Did you hear the report?
No, what?
They're saying Dak might not play.
Oh,
he's only practiced once this week. I didn't even notice. I thought it was 2.5 the other way. Oh, that's why. So that they're saying Dak. That must think that Dak is unlikely to play.
Oh,
that really throws a wrench in my teaser, but I'll still keep it the same way.
Yeah,
he says
he even says he's not playing. Yeah,
oh,
he even says he's not playing. Yeah.
Oh, so he's out officially.
Well, he says Dallas Cowboys. Okay, he wants to play, but not fully his decision. He says.
Oh, okay, so there's still a chance he's gonna play. I guess that's moved. That statement moved the line 4 points. So I'm gonna go, and we'll come back to game of the week. There is now some uncertainty. All the good big games this week. Same thing with the game tonight with Green Bay and Arizona, but we don't know what it looks like. But for my teaser, I am riding with you, Bucks plus 4.5. Taking on New Orleans. I just haven't been impressed by Jameis. I could see New Orleans maybe keeping the game close, but there's no way I can see them winning that game. I have another team on your do not bet list, or I forgot. You said they're actually not on your do not bet list. The Jacksonville Jaguars plus 14.5 is what I'm going to hit them at. They are at Seattle. Geno Smith cannot beat a team by 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry. I've seen it. There's no way. It's impossible. And for my third leg, just like you, I had Minnesota plus 11.5. Now it would be Minnesota plus 7.5, which I don't like as much. Wow, my mouth is really dry. But I still will dabble on Minnesota as the third team in my teaser. I'm still getting more than a touchdown. So that will be my 3-team teaser. Bucks plus 4.5, Jaguars plus 14.5, Vikings plus 7.5 as of now with the line change because of the potential Dak Prescott injury. Do you want to give me your teaser first and then decide on your third pick? What's your teaser?
I'll give you my teaser. My third pick is just going to be jumping on Steelers plus 3.5. That was like fifth on my list of games. So I'm going to jump on that. Let me give you my teaser. My teaser. Oh boy. We're going to go with the Rams at minus 4.5. 10-point teaser, by the way. Bengals turning out to be a pick, so just Bengals money line. And Lions plus 13.5. I would have loved to have just taken the Lions at plus 3.5. I think that Jared Goff.
Me too. I was interested in that line.
Yeah. I think that he could keep it scrappy with Jalen Hurts, who has not looked good, nor have the Eagles. I do believe that this will finally be the game. I don't see the Lions being winless the entire season, and I do see this being one of the very big potential games where they can win outright. I do see the Lions.
One of the fucking few that they could actually probably beat the team they're playing.
Absolutely. So I love giving the Lions plus 13.5. Yeah, it's not 14.5, but I honestly could see them winning the game. So give me a comfortable spot at 13.5. Rams minus 4.5, just because it's the fucking Texans. I would have taken the under on this because that's becoming my move, putting the under in the Texans game every week in my teaser. It's been hitting, but at this point, might as well just keep it safe because who knows? The Rams could just fucking score 50 points on these guys.
Or you have like the Chiefs where we're like, oh, it's definitely going to go over, and the Chiefs and Titans score no points in the second half.
Exactly. Yeah, so Rams minus 4.5, they're going to win comfortably. They're going to blow the Texans out. And Bengals money line at this point, since they're a 10-point favorite. We already know, Roger already talked about the Bengals against the Jets. This is a teaser that I feel really good about, minus 118 on Barstool.
And we have cousins battling. Samaje Perine, the running back for the Bengals, and his cousin, something else. I think it's Michael Perine, who's a running back on the Jets, who's their 4th stringer. They will be battling it out on Sunday as well. So a little cousin matchup. I still love the Bengals to absolutely annihilate them. But that's it. So those are our 3 picks on the spread. I'll go with mine one more time. We got Pittsburgh plus 3.5. I have the Niners money line at Chicago with the Chiefs money line at home against the Giants on Monday Night Football. And I have the Patriots plus 7.5 parlayed with the Bengals money line, who are taking on the Jets. The Patriots are traveling to LA, where they were more than likely be more Patriots fans than Chargers fans, because there's more Boston fans in LA than there are LA Chargers fans. There's not a lot of LA Chargers fans out there. So I do expect the Patriots to also have semi-home field advantage, even though it's in LA.
They're all in San Diego, that's why, but yeah.
San Diego. Drink it in. It always goes down smooth.
What a beautiful view, Mr. Burgundy.
I know. I love this city. It's a fact. It's the greatest city in the history of mankind. Discovered by the Germans in 1904. They named it San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
No, there's no way that's correct.
I'm sorry, I was trying to impress you.
Oh.
I don't know what it means. I'll be honest, I don't think anyone knows what it means anymore. Scholars maintain that the translation was lost hundreds of years ago.
Doesn't it mean Saint Diego?
No.
No, that's what it means. Really.
Well, agree to disagree.
Bill Simmons brought that up. Yeah, even in fucking San Diego, dude. If you watch old San Diego Chargers games, half the fans were other teams. The Chargers, for some reason, have never really had that big of a fan base. Maybe Justin Herbert can help change that. But went over the teaser, which is Bucks plus 4.5, Jags plus 14.5, and the Vikings, which originally plus 11.5, but now at plus 7.5 because Dak might not be playing Sunday night. Mike, what did you take again?
So my picks, first one, Bills minus 13.5. I love that one. My second pick, Chargers and Bucks moneyline parlay at plus 120 on DraftKings. Don't go with the spreads, just take Chargers and Bucks moneyline. And my third pick had to change from Cowboys and just rode along with Steelers plus 3.5, which I love. I would have, just to give you a little bit of context, I would have stuck it out with Cowboys, but the reason why I love that was because of how good Dak has looked with the offense. I don't know what to expect with him out. And Vikings defense is good. Vikings defense is not bad at all. So that's a tough one. 10-point teaser, Lions plus 13.5, Rams minus 4.5, Bengals pick money line altogether minus 118 on Barstool Sportsbook.
Yes, the backup quarterback for the Cowboys right now is Cooper Rush. So yeah, you can't trust fucking Cooper Rush starting this week. So I'm totally with you. Hopefully we can rally back. You were 2-1 against the spread last week. Lost your teaser. We both hit the key pick of Cincinnati. I was a disgusting, repulsive, I'm sorry, America, 0-3 picking my games last week, but I did hit my teaser, getting me to 5-2 on my teaser, and I'm still 11-10 against the spread. So I'm still giving you winners.
Yeah.
It's just been a cold streak, a cold spell, but I will shake out of it. I will come back better and hotter than ever out of Miami, which right now it is a very ugly, rainy day out here. So
speaking of rainy days, well, this has nothing to do with rainy days, but we are recording now on Thursday night, about an hour and 20 minutes before kickoff. Not that it matters because the people aren't going to hear this until tomorrow, but we might as well dive a little bit in on it. We originally liked the real bad man, Aaron Rodgers. What are you thinking right now with all these people missing?
I don't know. I'm probably going to stay away, just take a couple of same game parlays. I kind of like the under now for this game, but it's just too much uncertainty. It's a lot of points still. Like even going the Arizona route, I could still see Green Bay keeping this game close. It's still Aaron Rodgers. He can make any receiver look good. They still have Randall Cobb, Amari Rodgers, who was a 3rd-round pick, St. Brown, who's been there for a while. They still got Aaron Jones, still got A.J. Dillon. So I don't know. I feel weird about this game. Maybe the Packers keep it close, but I have no firm grasp of this game either way.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you put away that, we've talked about this a few times, that week 1 loss was so disgusting, but immediately after that, this guy has looked so unbelievable. Aaron Rodgers has looked so good. Obviously, he's had all his weapons with him, but at the end of the day, he's the major reason behind the way they've been performing all season. So I could still see him keeping it close. It'd just be interesting seeing Aaron Rodgers win this outright. I would love for that to happen because I want the MVP Kyler Murray talk to finally see some.
We need Josh Allen. We need Josh Allen.
Oh, I know. That's why I need him to cover that fucking spread on Sunday. But yeah, I like it. I'm excited for tonight. See what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be a good litmus test. Big loss for the Cardinals too. JJ Watt just announced requiring surgery, out for the season. I think they're going to miss that leadership, and how many. It's so underrated how many balls that man bats at the line of scrimmage, where he just puts his arms up and he's so good at reading where the ball is going to go that he knocks the ball down. So really impressive, but that's it. So we did a great job this week. I think we're going to do something a little interesting so we could talk a little NBA early in the week and maybe give like a preview for Thursday night and maybe chop it up into 2 different episodes. I got to see if I can work with your alumni director schedule to make this happen. But, we'll figure that out. Hopefully the picks, we get hot this week. We can bounce back. just get it rolling again. You know what I'm saying? We got to get it rolling. We just got to feel that energy, feel that buzz. And I think we will. The Glenn Levitt's helping, but I'm going to go to the gym after this, so I can't get too buzzed. You, Ciroc boys in the building. That's all French Montana was ever fucking good for. But yeah. All right, Mike, it was great having you on. Fuck you for wearing a Giants jersey today, but it was fitting. I will be in New Jersey next week. Rutgers, Wisconsin, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. So good.
About this. And Michigan Wolverines, huge game, trying to get to the top 5. World Series is 1-1. Sports is amazing. Who doesn't love sports? It's such a great time to be alive.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, go Braves, go Panthers. I hope we still have a football team, but before this year's over, fuck the Giants. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Show me the spread. Big Rog, Mike, we'll see you again next week. Don't bet money you don't have unless you feel really good about it.
Right.
Then maybe it's okay.
That's good life advice, Rog.
Sanity ain't going my pace today. I can't even recall being these ways. To be honest, moving forward's all I'm seeing.